We're live. Hooray! Live for No Man's Sky. And we're back on the snowball. I took a little time off camera and did some of the things I said I was going to do, so the multi-tool is right where I want it to be, and my starship is about to be charged, and life support is pretty good, but we'll just knock it up to full. And I'm not really sure what we're going to do today, degenerates. I hadn't made any plans. I did decide I wanted to play a little bit off screen, and the thing that happened to that was a game crash. But this is being recorded after the 1.13 patch, so it should be okay. Let's hope. Anyway, I'm trying to check on the stream here, see if it is up yet, and it kind of looks like it's not, but that's okay. If anybody out there is watching, I would appreciate knowing how volume quality is and all that jazz, but if you're not, well, I will just have to wait and see. In the meantime, let's get out of here. I thought I just charged that. Apparently not. Man, I need more plutonium. I always say that, but it happens to be true. Well, last time we explored a new planet that turned out to be a radioactive hellhole, but nobody's perfect. This time, I'm not really sure what my goals are. Learning would be nice. I want to deal more with the quarterbacks, deal more with things that they do and things that they say, and get prizes, because prizes are always great. Another thing I would like to do is jump back to my original system, which is called, hold on, let's take a look at my galaxy map. As previously mentioned, this is not where I'm originally from. Slow down a little bit. Galaxy map is ready. Alright. So, right now I'm in a part of the galaxy called the SuprJen Adjunct. Nice place. It's where I live. It's where Dimension X is. However, I am from this region. Originally, the Demularam mass, which I tend to think of as the degenerate mass just because it has a D in the name. Also, this is close to my original planet, I believe. However, to find out exactly where that home planet is, which is really a shame because there was nice things there and stuff, and I liked it. However, one thing I can say about this part of the mess, and indeed all of the mess, it's run by Vy'keen, and I kind of need Vy'keen. Specifically, I need to hire a Vy'keen armor now that I have the capacity and propensity to do so. Only problem is I want to be able to get back here, which is Dimension X. And it seems that you can't really put a waypoint here if you already live here, which I don't think is really a great notion. I would like this to be my waypoint. Right here, at my home. But I don't really think that is possible. You can only set a waypoint to a planet that you're not actually at. Seems like a substantial flaw in the game. But, whatever. I'm not ready to go there just yet. I'd like to have my ship a little bit more charged and more charged for intergalactic travel, that is. It's plenty well charged in other respects. But I really would like that armor, because I would really like gloves. So maybe that should be my goal. Alright. Hyperdrive is on 40%. That's enough for there and back. So I don't really need to do ship charging, as long as A, I'm prepared to stay wherever I'm at on the return trip, and B, granted I can find my way home. The other option is to go to a nearby galaxy, hunt painstakingly for, a nearby solar system, hunt for this solar system, put the waypoint, and then go back to the degenerate mass. So I have options and plans, but I don't feel like doing that just yet. I want to do a little bit exploring, ease us back into the delight that is No Man's Sky. I haven't yet seen the patch notes for this update, so I don't know what's going on with it. Hopefully all good, positive things, and nothing that will break my game unattainably. It has happened before, and I want to know what this is. Also, I want a little bit of plutonium, and I want my game not to crash, so happily we've achieved that. This is probably something that I have, and probably something I should install one of these days, but I haven't. And this is the Isiang. Last time I played, I headed toward that abandoned building. Sort of still interested in doing that, because that gives us suit upgrades. I don't really have the capacity for suit upgrades, but I could very easily if I went and actually spent some money. So, let's see. Anyway, didn't I say I wanted plutonium? Well, it apparently is going to give me some plutonium. Hip hip hooray. Not a lot, but more than I thought. Also, there appears to be a big pit emerald back here. Excellent. This definitely could resolve my money woes, but I can easily grind money off screen. I can also easily, have it. Ooh, I do like me a power canister. No, if I recall correctly, yes, I can use the power canister for mining beam recharge when I need to do that. So that would be nice when I am doing the aforementioned money grinding. Also, why do I have the zinc in my inventory? That should have been left at home, shouldn't it? Oh well. And I'll probably be picking up more. Carbons can stay right where it's at. This can go... That can go away. This can go up here. This Gek Charm, I don't know why I picked it up. I could use more storage at home, but meh. I'm just a little bit of a hoarder in case you haven't noticed. Anyway, we should name this place. Oh well, so we got a little Emerald Hollow back here. Henceforth name. Thank you. I've named something Emerald Hollow. Alright, Emerald Cave Mouth, sure. And we're offline. Well, that didn't take long. Funnily, I was just about to check whether the stream was live when it said my internet is not good enough for broadcasting. Well, we will see about that right about now. Just checking on my computer to see if the stream is going. Content. Live now. I've been having significant issues with my YouTube channel, but it looks like now we have a live now link. Excellent. So now you know you can tune into SuprJen if you happen to be watching the site, which, you know, it could be happening. Anyway, so this place was mostly yucky and boring and not worth a lot. Plutonium was nice, and a known source of emerald was always good, but Not exactly the prizes I had in mind. That looks like a prize. That looks like a beacon. Beacons are nice. They tell me things. Sometimes. Wait a moment. Yet I have a beacon bug. Well, maybe. Maybe this time it will indicate something different. Like ruins. I want ruins. I want words. I want to not fall down this hill to my death. What I don't want is really to open any more boxes. I'm not money grinding. I'm exploring. Okay, beacon is working properly and beaconing, which means it should be pointing to something neat. Ah, an advanced life form and shelter. I'm not super smart in their language yet, and I don't know if I should go to that first. I'd like to know a little more. Also, I'd like to see what was over in this direction. Oh, it's a scuttler. Hello, beetle brain scuttler. Ah, this. That is a divot. Why I thought this was terribly interesting, I'm not entirely sure. I get curious, okay? Also, it's a beautiful landscape, and I'm enjoying it. And if you're not, then, you're making a grave error. Because this planet is beautiful, and this game is beautiful. Anyway. Go ahead and do a quick recharge.
Technology recharge.
Thank you. And still not a full stack. I just feel happier having a full stack of plutonium wherever I go. You know, a little less risky. So there's some thaumium. Ah, here we are. Ah, well that is neat. That is neat. Not where I'm going though. Okay, so aha, other side of the hill. This is what I do a lot. Just wander, explore, name things, find things. But truth be told, I haven't been playing a very lot lately because life gets in the way of my video games. It's sad, but it's true. What is that? Oh, okay. And I have a fair amount of responsibilities to things and to people and to take care of. So streaming is going to be somewhat erratic, and if that bothers you, well, I was going to say no one's watching in the first place, but I apparently am mistaken. Good day to you, sir, madam, or otherwise, who is hanging out with us on the stream today. Thank you for coming. I'm hoarding plutonium, as is per usual. Alright, well, we got some at that stop, so good enough for me. Back to the ship, and looking for things of interest. Looking for learning. Not looking for a train. Sorry if you can hear the train over my microphone, and if you can't, good for you. I wish I couldn't. One last plutonium check. Oh, that would be plutonium right there. Thank you. Okay. Well, there's really no reason why we couldn't go to that abandoned building now that we've landed a couple times and it's not just going to crash on me. Speaking of crash, we could also check out the crash ship and get more storage capacity. But no, I'm not ready for that yet. I have just built a couple things onto the ship, and since they're non-transferable, I'd kind of prefer to wait before I do any further upgrades. Alright, so I'll be checking out a few places on the way to this abandoned building, but only those that look suspiciously ruin-like. Or, you know, have giant chunks of plutonium like the one I think I just passed. If I don't sit down, I don't need plutonium. So this location looks like... Ugh, I'm bad at flying. It looks like there's possibly something there that I just kind of went crazy. Alright, let's try this again. Now, what did I overfly with a question mark? It is a question mark, because I am questioning. Alright, here we are. Looks like a pile of junk. I'm not going to worry about it at the moment. Cool. Right. Not pulsing, don't need to yet. Normally I would climb to Atmo and shorten my trip a little bit, but we'll wander a little bit on the way. Maybe there will be other neat forms of entertrays. You know, get my ass savagely handed to me by Sentinels. The day is young. Actually, it's pretty well aged at this point, but who knows the difference? Answer, everybody. And I'm babbling. Anyway, we're going this way. That didn't look like anything of substance. That looks like a big pit and some abandoned buildings. Mostly, I want large structures with words and letters and feelings and stories. And that's sort of what that looks like, if I'm not mistaken. No, actually I'm not entirely sure what that is, but I'm curious about it, so let's find out. Well, that looks like dirt. Good. You all should be proud of me and my ability to find interesting dirt. It's a talent not many people really want to have. Well, oh, this also looks abandoned. Cool. Okay. Thanks for the creepy. Let's see if I couldn't, actually get in a door. Not that way, I can't. Door. Good evening to you and your creepy self. I just want your resources. Well, those aren't exactly the resources I had in mind. I should be picking up more zinc. There we are. Yes, I know, I saw the entrance too, but I also want zinc. Hey, I'm easily distracted and you're watching me. Why would you do that? Besides, I distinctly remember having a deficiency back at base camp. Granted, this is further away than I thought it was, so I'm sorry about that. Alright. Also that. Sorry, abandoned structures in a minute. I apologize for coughing. Couldn't be helped. Just like hoarding. Alright. Now, if that doesn't refill my engines for the next few stops, I will be rather surprised. Back to that building. Back to that building. That way. Yes, life supports. You're fine. You're on a happy little planet full of happy little trees and happy little mutant cattle. Happy little degenerates. Maybe I should name a planet Bob Ross. Speaking of which, you all still have that nuclear hellhole to name, should it please your desires. I have yet received 0 applications for names, or for, names of anything. So, clearly take your time, but if it comes to you that you would like to name something that you are seeing, let me know. In the meantime, I'll keep naming these waypoints because it needs to be done. And that stuff is gross. Thank you for turning on a really bright light. That's not exactly what I expected, but tentacles slapping around I did expect. I just established that I don't really need more isotope, but let's go ahead and charge this puppy up. And the mining laser too. So of course now I do need more plutonium. There's a method to my madness. It is called methodosity. Well, I've lost my viewer, and after that little remark, you can see why. I don't really want that cargo drop. It could contain something rare, but it could also contain a shielding shard, and I'm tired of this. Ooh, I'm not tired of that. I could definitely use better shields. I'm not actually going to install it right now, mostly because I can't. I'm just trying to check out what level that was, because I looked at it, and yet I wasn't paying attention. Okay, they're all +1. They're all +1. Oh, if I could tell you what I was quoting, I would. Anyway, this place is creepy and kind of useless. Oh, then again, maybe not. Well, that sounds like a creature to bring home to your children. Excellent. Now, we can be cool, should we, have a reason to do so. Of course, I fully doubt my capability to be cool at any time, so. Anyway, this is, a decadent, blasted hellhole, so let's name it something sufficiently creepy. Abandoned. It is an abandoned horror, and if you don't like the name, I'll suggest a better one for the next landing spot. In the meantime, let's get the hell out of there because it was useful. It was useful. Eventually we'll be going on super hot planets, I'm sure. Now, if I had something that protected against radioactive hellholes, it might be a little bit different. Actually, I think I might. But, also, do I care at this point? Maybe. Maybe not. I'm not exactly in a hurry to go back. What I am in a hurry to do is learn. Where, oh where are all the ruins? Might have better luck if I, constructed a beacon or did something practical and sensible like that, but why is that area so dark? Well, I've seen 2 reasons to land now, so 1, curiosity, 2, plutonium. Not carbon. Thank you. Alright. Now that that's taken care of, what is this dark spot, and what might it represent? Well, a lot of vegetation, clearly. Vegetation I'm familiar with. Ah, I was gonna say, I knew. Aha! Well, it's a very dark hill and not terribly useful, but this is knowledge. This is exactly what I wanted. Husks and shells of our children. Well, alright, then you'll appreciate my quest to, make you speak to me. Okay. I'm glad. That seems like it'll be a useful term in my future. Alright. Back to the ship. Back to my launch thrusters, because I'm ridiculously scrupulous about keeping them charged. And I have more than enough plutonium, except now, of course, I just did it again, so... Not going to the shelter quite yet. There we go. Abandoned building. Why? Because it gives us something to look at as we continue our hunt. And it's clearly on a distant part of the planet because of seeing the numbers go up and down, up and down, up and down as I travel towards it. Nope. Single building, not too interested. Single building. Reiterate. What is that? I don't always understand the meanings of all the icons. Hello? Well, I understand the look at that. It's yet another ruin. Or exactly what I was looking for. Also, this game makes my stomach have hungries, and I don't quite understand why. You teach me. Make me learn. With light and obelisk and stuff. Well, I'm not terribly fond of the Sentinels myself, so whatever. Just teach me things. I'm a little more on the Viking end of things on that one, by which I mean destroy them. Except that I don't really personally go after them all that often, so maybe not. I don't know. Maybe the Korvax are offering me a better way. I could make peace with them and just have them allow me to loot things. I'd be okay with that. Maybe understanding will lead to peace. You know, I'd like to believe in such a thing. I like that quite a bit. Not going to shelter... Anyway, I wasn't paying any attention to what word I just learned, so hopefully it was useful. Alright. We have a thing. We have another thing. Ooh. That looks like an observatory. I like observatories. Did you see me move a little bit as I settle down? No? Okay, shoot. Free landings are always nice. I don't need that yet. What I need is Starship. Alright. Time to re-up the plutonium stocks before I move onward. I kind of wish so much of this kind of just for the looks of it grass wasn't red. You know, that's kind of annoying. Wait a second. Ooh! Now, isn't that interesting? I'm gonna try to come back here. In the meantime, give. Yeah, that's another thing I still need to figure out is the advanced mining laser. Another matter for my science officer, which is why I should be going and getting big gloves. And to do that, I need an armor. And to do that, I need to go back to the Viking. Well, alright, tell you what. We're gonna discover that abandoned building, and then maybe we'll go and take a risk, pay a Viking system a visit. I'm just really scared that I'm not gonna be able to get back here, and that would make me sad. Or at least not without hours of looking around in futility, because I'm bad at the star map. I'm bad at a lot of things, if you haven't caught on to this. Alright. So, we do indeed, I believe, have an observatory. I'll go ahead and go in there before I name the place, just to confirm. Ah! Observatory with intelligent life. Hello. I am a scientist too. I am attempting to learn your language. Well, you're short of insulting me? And I really don't understand what you're asking of me, so I'm going to let you alone for now. This is why I want learning. Ah. Oh, I really hope you can't hear that on stream. My belly is hungry. Alright, clearly the number with 4 is correct. If you don't understand how those codes are solved, just think about it a little bit. No ruins for me. Shoot. Well, that's unsatisfying. There is something blocking me from finding more ruins on this planet in that manner. I think it's because there's a ruin detected on an entirely different planet, which, for all I know, I've been to. Well, that was partly a disappointment, but partly also a good thing to remember. Titanium. It's an observatory. Good. Well, yes. Definitely good things happening. Just checking. I have yet to name all the creatures of this planet. I don't know what I'm missing. You know, if I did, I wouldn't have to look for it. And now that I'm done pointing out the blatantly obvious, I'm going to get back in my ship and head toward that building. I did say I was going to check the stream quality, now didn't I? So far, all I have checked is that the stream was actually happening. That's bad. Tell you what, let's get dropped off at the nearest location that is appealing. I'll get back in my ship just to make sure I'm not going to die while I'm looking, and then we'll check the stream quality, degenerates. See that there's a stream at all. That's a big hunk of rock. It had a strangely geometric shape, but that's only because it hadn't loaded in yet. Geometrics are interesting. Not really, but they can lead to prizes, so prizes are interesting. And what are you? Beacon. Sure, why not? I'll tell you why not, because it's not going to let me land. Land. SuprJen commands it. What's that? Oh, good old troll. It's been a while since I've seen a troll. Wow. This place is full of life. Part of why I like this planet so much. Also, it's not generally full of plutonium, so I'm happy to see that. Well, I stand corrected. Nice little bounty there. Managed to get it before Sentinel came to check out the Delio. which is always good because I get tired of waiting for them. Anyway, there's that beacon I was looking at, and it is indeed a beacon, so that's good. Also, I'm supposed to be checking on the stream. But standing around exhausts my life. Oh, I'm sorry, Irate Atheist. Well, we'll be streaming again, so don't feel like it's your last opportunity. Also, that beacon was real helpful. Did it do anything? Well, I wish you could have told me how the stream quality was before you had to go, but that is okay. Oh dear God, my stomach. Yay! Well, we'll look forward to it, Irate Atheist. In the meantime, let's check things like responsible individuals. Probably it would help if my computer volume was on. Hey, I just said that. Indeed, thank you very much, Irate Atheist. I can now see that, so let's get back to doing the things. Actually, in about 5 minutes I'll have to feed cats, but it happens. I'm not going to that shelter. I don't want to go there. I want to go to places that are abandoned and horrible and devastated, and full of Cthulhu-esque imagery. Hello. I'm not worried about observatories right now. Partly, well, entirely, in fact, because of that bug. At least I assume it's a bug. For all I know, I'm just screwing something up. But since I don't know, and I'm hungry, we'll just continue on our mission. Our mission of putting off our mission. Which, as previously mentioned, is going to be dealing with the Vy'keen, trying to figure my way back to my own realms, preparing for interstellar travel, you know, all that delicious stuff. Boy, this place is far off. Anything interesting on the way? You look interesting. Possibly. And then again, possibly not. Fly a little lower. Nope. Okay. Don't think so. How about you? Are you an interesting thing? You're not an interesting thing. You're just a Tower of Viridian. They look like beacons to me when they're not fully in. Or not, excuse me, not beacons, but relic structures when they're not fully loaded. Like that. Yeah. Pretty much exactly like that. Not that tree. This guy. Right here. Learning! I like the stories. I mean, granted, I've only dug into 2 of them, the Vy'keen and now the Korvax, but they're good stories. I like reading stories. I like telling stories. So these guys are pretty much Atlas worshippers. Fascinating. Do they have the fascinating eyebrow? I guess you don't really know because they have the masks. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's okay. Because I'm not making much sense. Oh, there's a journey milestone. Hooray! They like me. They really like me. Anyway, my launch thruster's about to shut.
Technology recharge.
Happily, I have plenty to refill it with, so I don't need to keep pausing and hoarding. It's a long way off. Let's rectify this. You're slightly less far off. That's nice. There's nothing closer? Nothing at all. Nothing but my belly. Fine. In the time I sat there and grumbled about it, I probably could have made much more distance, but logic doesn't always work that way. Not with SuprJen. What the heck was that? No. No, it can't be. That's totally a base. I would like to have landed there, please. Look. There is a base there. There is a base. It's on a mesa. It's a mesa. Mesa. This is a place to consider. This is definitely a place to consider. I could come here and not have to deal with the moon anymore. But I'm not entirely sure what happened to my structures. I might have to go and disassemble them, perhaps. I'm not entirely sure why there's no waypoint here. Usually they have... At least I would think they would put something on the map when directing me toward bases. I don't know. Some way I can name this. But I'm not seeing it. That's all the way off over there. Definitely something different. Well, at least there is a base on this planet. Will I ever be able to find it again? I really don't know. But it's something to think about. In the meantime, that looks like a pile of junk, and I don't know if it's actually going to be useful in any part. But there's an emerald down there. Well, you know, since we did find that base, I'm going to sit down here and name it. In the hopes that eventually I can come back. Oh, and it's a mini-mart. Oh, nice. I've taken to calling these little terminals out in the middle of BFE mini-marts, as you can probably see. Well, that's nice. So we're going to name this in a way that indicates what is nearby and what it is. That is really something to think about. I may move my base there off screen if I can find this place again, because that's nice. I would rather not freeze my limbs off every time I want to go someplace I need to be. In addition, it's got a store nearby, which my other area doesn't. That's really tempting. That's really, really tempting. But it's going to take some work, and a lot of it's going to be tedious. At least tedious to watch. Also not sure what moving base is going to do to my storage. Well, nothing ventured, nothing gained, I suppose. I do have plenty of iron. Meant to repair my ship, but sacrifices can be made. Yep, that settles it. This has to be done. Alright, degenerates. I'm going to take a little time off stream, set up the base, get the supplies transferred, feed cats, stop having my own stomach grumble so much. Maybe clear out some of this hoarseness in my throat too. Yeah. Alright, I should be back in a little while. Maybe give me a half hour, maybe a little longer. I could go ahead and stock up my ship, so next time we could go and visit the Viking and try to make it back home without, getting horribly lost and stranded. But I'll be sure when we do that to come back on stream. So give me about 30 minutes to an hour. If I'm not back on stream by then I apologize, but other things have taken priority. And I'll try to be back on later. Alright, thanks for watching, everybody. Oh, did you just get back on stream, Irate Atheist? I'm sorry. I was just telling everyone that I'm going to sign off for a little bit, do some rebase building now that I finally have the base I've been looking for on this planet for about a week now, and prepare to travel across the galaxy. So, we'll see you next time. Hopefully it won't be too long. That's wrong. Alright, degenerates, take care, and we'll see you next time. That's also wrong. That's correct. Goodbye.